Imagine finding a machine at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea that was built more than 2,000 years ago, and discovering that it could calculate movements of the heavens. This is the story of the Antikythera Mechanism, one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries ever made. In 1901, sponge divers exploring a Roman-era shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera discovered statues, coins, pottery, and other ancient objects. Among the wreckage was a badly corroded bronze object that initially looked almost worthless. Nobody knew just how important it was. The object was covered in layers of corrosion, and its original shape was difficult to recognize. But researchers eventually discovered something astonishing. Inside were dozens of carefully engineered bronze gears. This was not a simple decoration. The mechanism was a sophisticated astronomical device designed to model cycles in the sky. By turning a handle, its gears could represent astronomical movements and predict important celestial cycles. Researchers believe it could track the positions of the sun and moon and help predict eclipses. Some reconstructions also indicate that it represented the ancient Greek understanding of the calendar and the cycles connected with astronomical events. The discovery was shocking because of its complexity. For centuries, popular ideas about ancient technology often portrayed the ancient world as technologically primitive compared with later civilizations. The Antikythera Mechanism challenged that assumption. Its intricate gear system demonstrated that at least some ancient Greek craftsmen and scientists possessed an extraordinary understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and mechanical engineering. And this was not a modern machine accidentally dropped into the ancient world. The device dates to around the 2nd or early 1st century BCE, although the exact circumstances of its construction remain uncertain. The ship carrying it was probably transporting valuable objects between Mediterranean ports when it sank. The mechanism survived underwater for more than 2,000 years. When scientists began examining its fragments using advanced imaging techniques, they found inscriptions and hidden gear structures that had been impossible to see clearly before. These discoveries helped researchers reconstruct how the machine may have worked. The most fascinating part is that the Antikythera Mechanism may not have been completely unique. Its complexity suggests that it could have belonged to a broader tradition of ancient mechanical astronomy. But almost none of the other devices from that tradition have survived. Wood, bronze, and delicate mechanisms were vulnerable to destruction, corrosion, recycling, and the passage of time. So the Antikythera Mechanism may be only one surviving example of a much larger technological tradition that has largely disappeared. And that is why this discovery matters. It didn't simply reveal an ancient machine. It forced historians to reconsider what ancient people were capable of building. The ancient Greeks were not just philosophers discussing the stars. At least some of them were also engineers capable of turning mathematical ideas into complex mechanical devices. More than 2,000 years later, the Antikythera Mechanism still challenges us with one simple question. How much ancient technology have we lost? Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't what the mechanism could do. It's what other machines once existed, and disappeared without leaving a trace. One corroded object recovered from the bottom of the sea was enough to change our understanding of the ancient world. And sometimes, history changes not because we discover something completely new, but because we finally understand something that has been waiting for us for more than 2,000 years.